So last night I was working and releasing the Super Nintendo Classic, Super Nintendo Mini, whatever you want to call it, and it was a pretty interesting night. So I did release the original Nintendo Classic, and I released the Nintendo Switch at midnight at my store that I work at, and so I was pretty much ready for the Super Nintendo thing. But I guess with all the hype of the Nintendo Classic and how nobody could find it and all that stuff, and scalpers were, doing the price up super high, I guess that amped up people even more. We had more than twice as many copies of the Super Nintendo Classic than we did the Nintendo Classic, but still not nearly enough for the massive line that was waiting at midnight. So we only had about 43 copies, which is still a decent amount for the very, very first night, but there was like 60 or 70 people in line at least. And then once we told them, a bunch of people left. But we also said only one per household, not one per person, because a lot of people would just group together, like 5 people in a line. They're like, we're all gonna get one, and then we're gonna keep one and then sell them. And of course I went on the Facebook shopping marketplace or whatever for the nearby area right when I came home, like at 1 a.m. and there was already like 1 or 2 of them on the Facebook marketplace for like $200. And of course originally it's $80, so that's over twice the price, and it's just freaking BS. Of course scalpers just had to get their hands on it. I want to get one to play it because I love the Super Nintendo. I had the original Super Nintendo, well, the second version of the Super Nintendo that was a bit smaller, but I ended up selling it later on to kind of, because I didn't really have a job when I was younger, so I sold my older video game consoles and games to get the newer ones. And yeah, so some of those gameplays kind of just screwed me over, because I was a kid. And so I would like to replay some of those games. Super Mario RPGs, like top 5, maybe top 3 favorite games of all time. And then I was a huge fan of Star Fox, and then they have Star Fox 2, which never released. And then of course Secret of Mana is on there, which I've never played, but I've heard a lot of. So I would love to play that and more, but I couldn't get my hands on one because I was selling it at midnight, and people who sell it can't save one for themselves, or they can get fired or whatever the hell. And so yeah, that kind of sucked. Hope to get one later on when another one comes in, maybe. Who knows when that'll be, because they don't tell us when they're gonna give it to us. They didn't tell us with the Nintendo Classic either, and we only got like a total of like 30 maybe throughout its entire life cycle. So already we've gotten like more Super Nintendos than the Nintendo Classics. But I really hope I can actually buy one and get my hands on one and stuff, because I actually want to play it, not just turn around and make a profit off of it. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick vlog on that, how it was selling it at midnight. I was pretty calm. The managers were freaking out a little bit, and of course there were some fights going on. People were all arguing in line, and we had to hand out numbers and stuff, and just a bunch of drama. And then there were some people that came in like at 12:40 and were like, hey, so I heard you were releasing the Super Nintendo at midnight. What happened? Do you have any more? I'm like, we released it at midnight. We don't have any more. It's sold out. There's a line of people that were waiting there since 2 p.m. So yeah, we don't have no more. There was people calling all day today expecting that we would have some. I don't know why, but yeah. But then somebody came in and said that he has like a brother in Australia, and they just had a shit ton over in Australia supposedly, and his brother bought like 5 copies or whatever. But yeah, so lucky Australia. And the European version of the Super Nintendo Classic got like the Famicom makeover with the 4 different colored buttons, A, B, and X and Y. And then the US version just gets the old US version style, the gray and pink or purple color, which is kind of meh, whatevs. So yeah, those are just all my thoughts on it. You can leave a comment telling me if you got the Super Nintendo Classic, or if you waited in line, didn't get it, whatever. And I don't know, subscribe to my channel for more gaming related stuff. Whatevs. See you guys later.